Yes, what you do matters. No matter your health behavior, on how you do people, on how you treat people around you, your child is actually learning from it. Yes, you know what you actually want to accomplish in the life of your children, and you need to ask yourself if this particular attitude, if this particular way I am living can actually yield the fruits. You ask yourself that question. If you ask yourself that question, that means you are in the line track. Do you get what I'm saying? When you ask yourself that question, you're in the line track. The second essential principles we can discuss is nothing but you cannot be too loving. Yes, you cannot be too loving. It's simply possible that what spoil a child is not the show of love, but it's always the consequences. The consequences you give to the child in place of love. Did you understand? The consequences you give to the child in place to take in place of love. There are many things you do to the child abusively. Also, maybe let me say, like the leniency lowered on children. Let me also say probably material possessions. Yes, there are many other things you show to children that can make them spoil a child and not actually the impact of love. Did you understand? Yes, that is the third important what you should do is adapt your parenting. Adapt your parenting to fit your children. Make peace with your children and make sure that your parenting practice fits your children, because children reason according to your age. You know a child's age with their behaviors. So you cannot compare your behavior, you cannot compare your understanding to that of a child. That means you need to adapt and make sure that your parenting practice fits your children. That is number 3. Number 4 of this essential parenting principle, you need to be involved in your child's life. Yes, it takes physically, practice mentally and otherwise to impact in the life of your children. It is a physical practice. Yes, you need to be active in all things, both physical and otherwise. It is a very hard work to do. It is not really easy to practice that impact, physical impact in the life of the children. You need to be involved practically. It's very essential. That is number 4. The number 5 is that establish and set your rules. You need to establish and set your rules. How did you establish and set your rules? You establish the number 5 essential principles you need to know as a parent is to establish and set your rules. It is good you establish and set your rules, because if you find it difficult to handle a child's behavior, when the child grows, the child will find it hard on himself or herself to do what? To manage herself or himself. If you find it difficult to handle a child's behavior now the child is younger, the child will find it difficult to manage his or herself when they are of age, and by then you aren't there to correct them. So that is why you need to establish and set your rules so that them can be able to manage themselves.